And welcome Tamara, Majo, Marlene, Ingrid, Belinda, Melanie, Arthur, Tanya, and Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Winsome, for joining us, and Fiona. Thank you. Let me know in the chat how you enjoyed. Thank you, Robin. How was your day? How did you survive? Especially if it was the first time that you're juicing consistently like this. How was it for you? Pardon me? Did what? Oh, okay. Just a minute. I'm gonna delete that and then go in the chat. Okay. Oh, it was good. Tanya said it was good. Marjo said good juice most of the day. That's good. And Tamara, good evening as well. You're welcome, Melanie. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, today I didn't even have any feeling of hunger. I did drink a lot of juice though. I made sure to keep myself hydrated. And I did start feeling my lips. So can you imagine we're drinking all this liquid and we're still sometimes starting to feel dehydrate. That's Tamara. I just recognized you. I didn't know you were in the program, Tamara. Nice seeing your face.
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah, thanks for joining. And I'm beginning to feel my lip just a little like dry, like it's little. And I realized how dehydrated I was. So what I did was I just put a little castor oil on it to moisten. I mean, you can use lip balm. Yeah, I have like this natural lip balm. This one I had Ecolips. I think this would be a good one as well. Oh, oh, it's coming. Your juicer is coming tomorrow. I'm so sorry that your juicer broke. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes, old stuff, you get to get new stuff and better. So I look at life sometimes when something bad might happen, maybe it's because you needed something new and something more powerful. So I'm excited for you. So tomorrow, so what have you been doing? Did you get to start then?
No, I have a house full of fresh fruits and veggies. My refrigerator is packed, and I was so excited Sunday night. Went and pulled this juice out because my friend gave it to me, and I was like, oh, it's broken. I can't make it. So I went online to Walmart and I was like, oh, I can pick it up tomorrow. And I don't hit send. And it was like, oh, it'll be delivered on Wednesday. I was like,
Oh no, I know. So you can always just extend. So just keep it going after. Yes. Ingrid says better than yesterday for sure. That's in what way was it better than yesterday, Ingrid? What way? You can open up your mic.
Okay. Not so much head hunger. Not so many cravings. It was just an easier day to stick to it. Didn't get as hungry as I did yesterday.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's good news. And I pray it stays that way for the entire 5 days.
Thank you.
For me, it's after day 3, like where I don't even have the urge, not even the juice I want to drink. I have to like drink the juice because I need the nutrients. I just feel good. So yeah, that's good. And thank you for sharing. Natalie says she had a good evening, or she's just saying good evening, everyone. Natalie, good evening. Thank you for joining. How was your day, Natalie? How was it? How was it?
Oh, today was I would say it was okay today. I was more prepared today than yesterday because I actually sat down and prepared. All my juices are done for the week.
Nice.
But with the job, like it was a bathroom situation today. Like just the continual back and forth and back and forth. So with the juice and the water, like that's just a lot of fluid. So and the job that I do, it was like inconvenient to go. I was like, not now. So but it was better. I'm not hungry now, So I mean, like now I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm ready to just go to bed.
That's good. And all that water weight literally is leaving your body. It's good.
Yeah.
But I know when you're working, it's a challenge to be going on all that bathroom breaks. I'm home and I'm doing the same. I'm running to the bathroom every time I drink. I'm like, oops, next. But I feel so good because I feel like I'm releasing stuff that was just sitting
Yeah.
down in me and just not doing my body any justice or, serving me. So I'm excited. And remember, it's only 5 days, so 3 to go.
Yeah.
3 to
Yep.
go. Yes. Anyone else would like to share how their day was? You can open up your mic and go ahead and, it's really encouraging to see that we are all going through the same thing anyway, the same symptoms, we're having the same struggles, and we're overcoming together. So it's beautiful. How about you, Arthur? How was your day?
It was good. Whenever I start these detoxes, like my thing, like around day 2 and 3, I'll be like real tired.
Tired, yes,
So that's been my symptoms. Just really, really tired, low energy.
yes.
But the most important thing is not eating.
That's it. That's it. And just keep drinking and knowing that you're gonna wake up and have a lot more energy, like probably day 3, 4, you're gonna have energy. So keep at it.
Yeah.
Symptoms vary for everyone. Everyone is so unique. Like I know there are people who have headaches. I never get headaches. So if I were, that would be like super detox symptoms. Um, and I get tired sometimes, but not often. So I've experienced that lethargy, and that's more when I was doing water fast. That's when I was like, "Ooh, you got to take it
Hmm.
easy," and then the next day you feel energized. So I
Yeah.
understand. And then, so we're gonna thank you very much. Anyone else would like to share before I start?
I'd like to
Um,
share. This is
hey,
Robin.
Robbie.
Hello. So yesterday was rough. I was cold for some reason at work and not saying anything. I mean, not saying anything, but not trying to draw attention to myself. Because like you said, Michelle, people be like, Juice, that you're not getting enough nutrients, you need to do this. And then I didn't want to listen to them. But today at work, we have students who are going to be coming into our cafeteria serving food. And so today was a day of tasting of all the foods they would have. So I went downstairs and my colleague, I'm vegetarian, and she said, Robin, they're gonna have plant-based. I was like, oh my goodness. And they did, they had a beautiful, beautiful wrap with hummus, and it was just nice. And I did, and I like, no, it would be this week. And I said, well, they'll be back in October and I will give them a try then. And so then one of my colleagues, she said, what you preparing the doctor? You know how you can't drink or eat or only do liquids, like you preparing for a colonoscopy or something like that. So she said, what you preparing? The doctor told you to do this. You preparing for something? I said, no, girl. I said, I had to be my own doctor and put myself on it before the doctor puts me on something. I said, so I'm being, proactive, preventative. And I even let some of my colleagues taste the juices I made today. I made 2 different ones. One, they were like, oh, this is good. The other one, they was like, this is yuck. But, so it's a witness too. So,
Oh,
oh, and one more thing.
good,
And
good.
I came home today and had energy to fold some laundry that had just been on my machine. So I had some energy too.
See, that's it. That's good. That's good. I'm so happy that the temptation came and you pulled through. You did not fold into it. That is great. Keep going. Keep going. You'll get stronger. You'll get stronger. Just keep going. If there's anyone else would like to share? And I'm telling you, the temptations will come. And when I used to, cook, when I do a fast, my husband always said the best dishes, the best tasting meals are when I'm doing a juice fast. And that, when I hear that, it's so painful. I'm like, and I can't get to taste it. And I can't get to taste it because, and you used to be like, and you never make it the same way again. But I was like, look, I expect that. You expect things like that to happen. So it's okay. My health is more important. Me feeling good, healing my body is more important. Got to put yourself first, and not give in to the temptations. And it's only for a period of time. It's not forever. It's 5 days. We can do it. 3 more to go. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. That's it. And get into the topic. We'll talk a little bit, and then I'll share, and then we'll do the breakout room sessions. Hopefully everything will go smooth. And okay, so it's recording. I think it is. All right, let's see. Okay. All righty. So we're going to be talking about mastering juicing, prepping, storage, and just how to create the perfect blend. A lot of people, have questions, but I wanted to start with high pressure processed juice, because a lot of people, you'll go to the supermarket and you'll see these juices and you'll be like, you buy them. There's a lot of the big brands that they have these juices now that are similar to cold pressed juices, but they really aren't cold pressed juices. And I wanted to share with you what the difference, like I think some big brands, I don't want to call any name, like maybe Naked and all that, you'll see that a lot of the brands will have juices, but I don't zero in on those juices because I don't buy them. Like if I'm on the road, I prefer to just go to a juice bar where I'm seeing that they're making it fresh right in front of my eyes. And I know that it says cold pressed juices or raw juice. I make sure I get those. I don't like to buy the other ones. And I'm going to share with you why they wouldn't be like my first choice. So HPP stands for high pressure pasteurization. And let me take the screen. And it's used by many juice companies to extend the shelf life. So this juice can be like the shelf life could be up to 90 days. For some quotes said 90 days. So think about it. The juice can sit on the shelf from 45 to 90 days. And so you can be drinking juice that literally 2 months old. So while HPP stabilizes, what it does is it stabilizes bacteria, preservative, and there's some nutrients in it, but it diminishes the juice quality because it kills off all the beneficial components like the enzymes and everything. And actually, the molecular structure is actually altered. It's not the same as raw juice. And the FDA actually prohibits the use of the term fresh on the label. So they cannot claim that it's fresh. And it's also on the label, it will say HPP. And a lot of people will not know how does the HPP work. So the juice is subjected to extreme pressures. That's up to 87,000 pounds per square inch. And typically they do it under cold water. And this pressure will inactivate the bacteria and all those toxins in the juice. However, it also pretty much sterilizes the juice. So when you make cold processed juice, you're looking for the active enzymes in the juice and the ingredients, the vitamin C and everything to be more at its peak. And when they do that, they literally like diminish the nutrients. So how can you identify this HPP juice?
Excuse me, Michelle. Someone has their TV
Oh,
on and it's drowning you out. If you can mute everybody, please.
okay, thank you. Thanks for that. I'm just okay, I need to stop sharing. That's what it was. Okay, so let's find it. Maybe it's module. Okay, that's who it was. Okay. So not is there someone?
Anna, Miss Foster is saying she can't hear,
Miss
but
Foster?
Yeah,
Can you hear now, Miss Foster? That can you, yeah, like Miss Foster. Yeah, Melanie Foster. She can't hear. I think it will be on her hand because everyone else can hear. She cannot hear me. Yeah, so maybe Melanie, go, yeah, log out and log back on. Yeah, can you hear now, Miss Melanie? Can you let us know in the chat if you can hear us? And let's see, and what device are you on? Okay. If not, I'm gonna continue. Can you hear us? You can type in the chat or you can unmute and let us know, but you can't hear, so it'll be in the chat. Can you?
We can hear. We can hear. Okay.
Okay.
So tell her to just type in there. Tell her to
Can you do that?
leave the meeting and then come back in.
Okay. She left. Yeah. Okay, she left. All right, let's get back into the Zoom. Okay. Is this one? I think this is the one. Oh, which one? No.
Okay.
Let's see if it's this one. Okay, yes. So, okay, we're gonna go back now to the big screen. Okay, so what you want to do is check your expiration date. So fresh juices usually sometimes you can see it up to 7 days, but most typically fresh juices in the store will have expiration day up to 3 days. So because some stores, they do their own cold pressed juices daily, like I think Publix probably down here and Whole Foods. So but you need to check the labels. And if the expiration date is weeks or months away, you know it's HPP. Or if it's not, it's just pasteurized juice. That means it's actually heated, cooked at high temperatures to kill and the bacteria. However, when it's cooked at that high temperature, it destroys the juice, the enzymes and everything, the active ingredients. Look for phrases like high pressure processing or high pressure pasteurization. The word fresh cannot legally be on it. And while the term cold press, so here's another trick. While the term cold press may still appear referring to how the juice was extracted, this doesn't mean that the juice is fresh if it undergoes HPP. So sometimes the manufacturer will use the cold press method to get the juice, but then what they do after is the second process would be to put it under HPP, and that's where then it can have a longer shelf life. And if you think about foods that have longer shelf life, sometimes the manufacturer, their ultimate goal is for them to make more money. So that's why they think of how can we keep it longer on the shelf. And it's not necessary that it's doing your body good the longer it stays on the shelf. It's quite the opposite, because you'll find that fresh juice is going to be the best, and it is the optimal. It's just the best for your body. And HPP juices often use fruits, vegetables that withstand the process better. So they will avoid delicate ingredients like leafy greens. And so what they will do most of the time is, so say for instance, you're on a juice fast and you're thinking you're getting those juice you're still getting a lot of fiber and added ingredients. They will add a lot more. Not only, they sometimes add powders and other things just to keep the juice on the shelf longer. So you're not getting the juice in its purest form. So I just wanted to let you know that HPP juice has a significant longer shelf life, but it lacks the same nutritional quality as fresh juice. Just want to go. So next we're going to talk about prepping and organization. So I'm going to go through this fast. Because some of it I've always been saying every day, washing your produce, it doesn't matter if it is organic or not. It's important that you wash your produce. And one of the methods you can use is using baking soda and or vinegar or lemon juice. And what you do is put the ingredient, the baking soda, usually about a quarter cup to a bowl, and then you add the vinegar, and then you just soak the fruits and or vegetables for about 15 minutes, and then you rinse. You will be surprised sometimes, especially conventional vegetables and fruits, how the water changes after, like literally brown. And so it's very important that you wash and do some pre-wash. You can use vegetable wash as well. And there are other things that people use to wash their veggies. Also, what you can do to save a lot of time is to prep your ingredients. And say the night before, you can chop them up if you want to juice just the day before, like in the morning before you're going out. But washing, chopping them up, and putting them in different like methods like some people put them in ball jars in the refrigerator. They think that the fruits like will last longer. I've seen people do that. Some people put with the leaves when they wash the vegetables, they put like a little paper towel inside to absorb moisture. All these are great ways just to preserve your fruits and veggies longer, because nothing like having your refrigerator full of fruits and veggies, and then you don't get around to do it, you get distracted and they go bad. It's like so much money down the drain. Also, labeling is important to just keep you more organized and that you will have easy access. And going through the refrigerator and tracking what produce, just to keep it fresh, which ones are there longer, and just keeping everything organized. It will make everything easier for you. Also, you can be on a budget and you can just monitor, and when you buy, and just not because you know that fruits and veggies go bad quickly. So you could even do like when you bring in your produce, like when I know I have strawberries and the delicate produce that go bad quicker, I try to get those juiced first, get them out the way, freeze them so that they don't go bad on you and moldy. So just being organized, your refrigerator is very important. And planning your juicing menu like for the week is good. So when you go to shop, you can literally have your ingredient list, what recipes you're going to do, and you go and you just get just the ones that are on the list. And it says reduce last minute trips. This will keep an inventory of ingredients just to minimize last minute grocery store run, just being organized. Like I mostly do my shopping once a week. I get everything for the week. I know that, like, for instance, when pineapples will keep for long, cabbage will keep for long, watermelon will keep for long. The ones that I know will keep for long, celery keep for long, carrots will keep for long. I know that I can buy and store those and don't have to worry that they'll go bad fast. And then ginger will keep for very long as well. Apples will keep for long. So and you can also plan your menu around seasonal ingredients. Also, it's good to mix things up. Doing a variety is great because then you're getting different micronutrients in your body. So mixing up and having variety is very important. And I also said plan your weekly juice routine and creating your own juice blend. I like to start with a base that has high water content. I can't emphasize that enough, because the more water content is, the more juice that you will get from your juice. So your cucumbers, your celery, I like watermelon, any of the melons. I said before, those will give you a lot of juice. Pineapple, it gives you a lot of juice you'll be able to get. And imagine putting, say, pineapple with cucumbers. That's a lot of juice. And also leafy greens. So what you'll do is you have your base with a high water content, then you choose a leafy green. And the leafy green could be the spinach, kale, parsley, cilantro, and that will, some people like bok choy, Swiss chard, some people like even collard greens, whatever your favorite greens are, then you can add that. And if you want to also make sure to stick to low sugar fruits, your green apples and your berries and lemons. Those will ensure that you don't have all that spike in your blood glucose levels. I want to say my weakness is I like the sweet fruits more. So I have to always try to remember, okay, add cucumber, add, to stretch it and to, lower the sugar content. And the same, adding lemons also help. Um, Next is your spices or your, like your ginger, your turmeric, your mint. Uh, and just for extra flavor, those always add. I like fennel bulb. If you have never tried fennel, that tastes delicious. I experiment with a lot of different flavors. Like sometimes if I want spicy, I would add radish to my juice for a spicy kick. But you really have to put it along with something like pineapple, so that it's not overpowering, or start with a little. I experiment with so many other exotic, like one of my favorite is chayote or chocho. That's like my favorite juice. I like to do that with green apples and ginger. And that is just absolutely amazing. My encouragement to you is to experiment. Experiment with the ratios and see what works. If you do a blend and it doesn't taste good, up probably the fruits, the green apples. And sometimes even doing red apple instead, because that will give it a sweeter flavor. And see if your stomach handles it. If you have digestive issues with your juices, that's when you say, okay. And that's why it's very important to use a journal, because then you can say, okay, this is my favorite, that this one, not for me. And you can tweak and keep a log. The best rule is the 80% vegetables and 20% fruit. And those are healthier juice. You can't go wrong, especially if you're diabetic. That's how you would do your juice, especially, and stick with the low sugar juice. And storing my juice, what I love to do is, I showed you, I love to do it in a ball jar. And I just have a lot of them. I buy them by the cases. And I just leave, if I'm refrigerating, I try to then fill it to the top. If not, I'm going to freeze. I leave an inch to an inch and a half space from the lid, I just fill it up to about that point, and then I put it in the freezer. It's best always, fresh will be best, but we have to just be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we just don't have the time to be juicing and as you need it. And I prefer to have that juice to grab than to get distracted, then go to the point where I'm feeling hungry, and then I'm feeling like that craving for other things. So, and I like to drink my juices quite frequently. I keep myself hydrated. Like I've done my juice, but now I'm going through tea, and I'll drink that in the evenings, and I keep myself hydrated a lot. And I just love the fact that once you're doing this and you're hydrating yourself, you are going to, your skin, you will see a difference in your skin. You start glowing, and you just start feeling better, and you will experience it. Blood pressure is going to drop. Cholesterol levels will drop if you have cholesterol issues. Blood sugar levels will drop. Everything, like reversal in every way possible. You will start experiencing it. So labeling is very important, and putting a date. So we're going to break out now. And these are some questions that I have prepared for you when we go in the breakout room. The first question is, what's your understanding of HPP juice? And do you think it's worth choosing fresh cold pressed juice over HPP options? And why? How do you organize and prep your produce for juicing to save time during the challenge? That's 2. And 3, what's your favorite base for creating your own juice blends? And how do you experiment with different fruits, veggies, and spices to keep your juices exciting? So those are the 3 questions. If you want, I can go over them, or just to make sure that you, because we're going to break up into groups, depending on how many, maybe 2, 3 people, could be 5. And then you will just have a discussion and just talk about your challenges, how the juice is going, make the connections, because just hearing from other people will help to motivate you that you can keep on track, and just help you if you're having issues. They probably could help you solve some of these problems. Then we'll come back together after. I think we'll break up probably 20 minutes. Then we'll come back after that, and then we'll just have a general discussion, answer your questions. And how does that sound? Okay? Okay, stop share. You do it? What happened? You might have to assign people if it is not opening up. Okay, I see. It's anything there? Okay. Okay, it's working.
Michelle, how do we get in the groups again? I forgot.
Yeah, he's doing it manually. He's putting you in groups.
Okay.
He's doing it.
Hitting on these, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
We're all learning together. You doing it? Okay, okay. All right. It was supposed to do automatically, but seems like we have to keep doing it manually. Nice. Okay. Still have. No, still have Winsome not assigned yet, Belinda not assigned yet. Carol. Really? They're not in the room? We still have Carol and Belinda. Okay. Well, oh, okay. We have one more person, Carol. Carol D. Where are you? What happened there? I don't. Huh?
not going to, if I'm hungry, it's like, that's the end of it.
Okay.
So
Mm.
I'm not gonna deprive. If I'm feeling I'm hungry, tea and water is not. I'll have more juice, or I'll eat grapes. If worse comes to worse, I'll eat some raw fruits to get that what I need. Otherwise, it's not. I can't function. There's no point.
Mm.
I don't like people may have like all these rules. I follow my body.
Have in the fridge first before before going back.
Yeah.
Was it time for us to go back?
Not yet.
Oh,
You should have had more people in your group. Eh? Are you guys bored?
that's what I was saying to Jillian. Like, I wonder what happened. But
But you're both nurses, so I'm thinking you could have a lot to talk about. Did you?
oh, okay.
They're both nurses. Jillian, Ingrid is my childhood friend.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Ingrid, Jillian is my business partner. We are the
Oh,
ones
hi,
that are good.
Jillian. She's the one I want to come work with. Okay, good. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Michelle.
All right. Bye,
Yeah.
ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it works out. Two.
But I did all the washing, and then I have things in the refrigerator bagged up, and I juice for 3 days, so I'm good till tomorrow. Then tomorrow I'll juice again for the rest of the week. And so when I get ready to juice the second time, it'll be real simple because I just have to dump it in the juicer. So that's what I do. And I like Natalie's idea. I think I'm going to try that, of juicing like one or two to get.
No more snow. No more snow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the third question? I forgot the third
Oh
one.
my. That's what I was trying to rack my brain with.
I know it
I
was
remember those two, but I was
uh,
what was the other one?
how we prep and
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess we can talk about how it's generally going.
I ordered a, let me pull up my Walmart app. It was on sale. So I was like, yeah, I'll try that one.
Where am I gonna go now? Meet tomorrow. Damn, how do I get out of this room?
Just said juicer extractor. What's the name of it? I guess that's the name of it. Oh, Juilist, Juilist.
I've never heard of that one. Maybe it's a new one on the market.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know. It was $129.99 and it was on sale for $38.49. So I was like, yeah, let me get that one.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
I have a Hamilton Beach and it's pretty fast. It's not it's pretty fast and there's not a lot of waste because when I try to squeeze out juice from what comes out in the pulp, I don't really get a lot out of it. So it's pretty good.
What's the name of it?
Hamilton Beach.
Oh, Hamilton Beach. Okay.
yeah, mine is pretty good too. It squeezes out everything, but it's just that you have to cut up the vegetables and the fruits.
Yes,
But yeah, it
right.
takes a longer time. That's the longest time, the prepping.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna invest in an Amma soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping to invest in an ammo, but not right now.
Yeah.
I'll have to let you know how this one works when I get it tomorrow. And my coworker was like, "Hey, I'm doing this juice challenge. You should do it." So she came into work. She had her 3 jars of juice, and I was like, "Yeah, my juicer broke. So sorry." And I was like, "But you can have a meal and then maybe juice twice." Because she was like, "My head is hurting," and I was like, "Ooh, wait, you suffer from migraines. Maybe you should eat something tonight."
Yes, yeah. Or have at least a cup of tea that's warm, so it's not just cold stuff all day.
She forgot her tea, so she said she's gonna bring her tea.
I did get to Uh-oh, she forgot to hit record again. I did get the ingredients for the green gladiator,
Okay.
the recipes she sent us.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that one tomorrow. That's the apple, cucumber, lemon, and ginger. I didn't get the mint leaves because they didn't have them.
Right.
So that's the one I'm gonna go with tomorrow and start stepping out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Ginger, right, gives it a lovely flavor in your
Yeah,
drink.
that's what
Yeah.
Michelle was saying. She said just do like an inch of,
Yeah,
of
another
ginger.
yeah, I love in my juices too. We have fever grass that grows in our garden.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
Oh, that
Love
sounds
it. So
good.
I love the lemongrass in my juice. So we always put, we didn't put it in this one because we didn't pick any yesterday, but my next set of juicing, I definitely have some lemongrass because I love it.
Because I have lemongrass in my backyard. I must try that.
Yeah, very nice flavor. Yeah.
Yes, it blends really well, especially with the lemon itself. It kind of enhances the flavor. The lemongrass makes it have more of a like a crisp taste. So I mean, I think you would like it. It's almost like how the mint does.
Nice.
So it has a nice flavor to it as well. Yeah, I like tonight I'm probably just gonna throw together whatever's there because I came in, and I've got to get ready for work in the morning. So I'm just going to blend some of the greens that I have here because I know that she did mention whatever you have, use it. So and like this past weekend we had an event at our church and I confiscated the leftover fruit that they had. So I took all that and I just blended it up last night and added some lemon to it. And so that was really good.
You have to be creative, that's right.
Yes. Yeah. And and she talked about that making it fun, and that it has to be tasty. So because to continue to want to do it, it has to be something you want to make it palatable. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think this is a really great, it's a great kickoff. I've never done all juicing like this before. So this is it's different.
Yeah, this is my first juice challenge as well.
This is my first juice challenge. I've done like a 3-day water fast before.
Okay.
But I just had like coconut water, lemon water, and just water throughout. But it was like a prayer and fasting thing. So but I've never done a juice challenge because I had a juicer that every minute it used to conk out on me, so I just didn't like juicing. So I just make smoothies. So now, I'm getting a new juicer, so I'm looking forward to doing all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it even more fun when you do have the proper equipment. And you just, you're gun ho about it, and you just, especially like how you have the Nama. I mean, it's like it's just I guess you see the commercials, and so you go home, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this. So you just have fun with it. But whatever juicer that you have, it's all about how you, your mindset. I would have to say that if you really are trying to change the way you are and things like that, the mindset will help tremendously.
Oh yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Well, have you got the one we made last night was the Warriors Alexa. That was that was nice. And that's kale and celery, cucumber, lemon, apples, and ginger. And I had that today. That was nice today. Yeah, I had that.
That one sounds bitter.
It's not bitter. No, it's not bitter. It's not sweet. But we didn't have green apples. It's all for green apples, but we didn't have green apples, so we just used what we had. What was the
Gala?
Gala apple. So we used Gala.
Okay.
But it's not bitter. It's just not sweet.
Okay. I with you. I understand.
But I did it. I thought it was gonna. When I looked at the bottle, I was like, "Oh, this is really green." But when I was drinking it at work today, because I'm a teacher, one of my students was like, Miss Berkeley, what are you drinking? I was like, it's a delicious green drink. And I was like,
But you know what though? That's in my opinion, that's how we get the younger generation to get on board is
Yeah,
by making them,
yeah,
nice drinks
yes, yeah,
like smoothies and juices
yes,
and
yeah.
get them to transition.
yeah.
Because if you just put a plate of something they're not familiar with, they're not even gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know where you are, but we live in Gainesville, between Gainesville and Hawthorne, and we have now a lot of like the tropical juice carts on the road.
Oh, I'm jealous.
They juice there for you while you're waiting, and they have, because of the university, because we are close to the university, so you have all on University Avenue and stuff like that. You have these different Cuban food carts, and they're just juicing pineapple, mango, whatever you want. They just juice it for you if you don't have the chance to buy, or they make a smoothie. But sometimes you can just get a cup of just fruit, just fruit with the watermelon and the cucumber and all that stuff mixed up, just fruit if you want to, and lemon squeeze in it. But I don't like too much lemon in that because it kind of cuts the taste from the fruit, But I just like a little lemon. My husband likes it, he has it with a lot of lemon, but I don't like it with a lot of lemon.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous. We don't have that here.
Where are you? Where are you?
We got too much snow.
You
I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, you're in Colorado. Okay.
In cold country.
Actually, a fun fact is we have the most warm days.
Oh,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
We have the most warm days out of the year.
Wow, isn't that something?
But that's like a weird stat that I don't know how true that is, because if we got snow for 3 or 4 months, how we got the most days?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, does anybody else? Let's see, I think it's May Jo.
May Jo?
Didn't know if she had anything to add. Or I know Carol is driving.
Carol.
Carol's driving.
Oh, yeah.
Careful on the road, Carol.
I'm not home yet. I was in the parking lot chit-chatting, and I said, okay, it's getting a little late and I have to go home to do some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Be careful.
Right.
Somebody else is trying to get on.
Thank you, Mike.
Majo?
Yeah, so I think
Michelle trying to get on?
Yeah, my nama juicer has literally only juiced watermelon.
You better use that now.
No, I take that back. When I first got it, the first 2 days I did apple juice.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
yeah.
But I like the fruits. It's low maintenance. I just gotta slice it up and throw it in there. I don't want to be having to think about how I gotta juice it.
I think that was the biggest selling point of the product, was the fact that you just put it in there and it's just so simplistic. And then the cleanup, like my mom was saying earlier. I mean, the compartments are real easy. I mean, it's nothing. Before you know it, wash and you're done. Just like that. Oh, she's sending us back.
Alrighty, good chatting.
Yeah, great talking to everybody.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right.
And thank you again for sharing all them tips with us.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice talking with you.
All right then.
I know the discussion was a little long tonight, but I wanted to give you all enough time just to share your experiences.
Definitely had enough. I make it shorter.
And would you want me to make it shorter tomorrow? Just let me know in the chat.
So I was good.
You're, yes.
Yeah, I think it was great because it helped us to have a lot of conversation.
Okay. It was 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Okay. Whatever you want, I'm happy. Yeah, what happened is I was going from room to room, and then I was like, how do I get back in the main room? It would not let me get back. So I just hung out with you guys. That's why I end up hanging out there. Love their conversations, by the way. Very good, very interactive, and I think it's good. Just so that you can support each other on this journey. And when you do something, you're thinking a lot of people, everybody at least experienced juicing before, but I realize a lot of you, it actually is your first time. So I commend you for doing it and for going through this experience. And I'm just happy that I could help you, just support you on this journey. And then bringing you all together in the same room, I think it's just amazing and very encouraging for me, at least. Is there anything you'd like to share from your discussions? Any tips, anything you learned this evening that you probably didn't know before by just sharing and talking with each other? You can open up your mic and share. Who's going to go first?
I didn't really know what because I'm still, like I said, I just started juicing in June. So I'm still not real familiar with the high pressure processing and all that terminology. So um that's the question I got, just kind of getting caught up on what that is.
Mm. And do you understand now, or you still need more clarification?
Yeah, I need more clarification.
Okay, so a lot of people will go to the supermarket and they'll buy the bottled juices, like Bolt House. Bolt House is very popular. But what they do is it's not real, because the Bolt House juice can stay like for 2 months on the supermarket shelf, and they literally pressurize it and to kill all the bacteria, and basically they denature it, and so that it could stay longer on the shelf. So it's not really live juice, like fresh juice that you would squeeze. It's the same idea of processed foods, that how denatured processed food is. They've developed a way now to do the same thing with juice, where they're going to take out, because remember, if it has enzymes, it's going to break down. That's just how God makes it. Like anything that has enzymes, eventually it will break down. But if they found a way to keep it more shelf stable for longer, so it doesn't decay. I always look at stuff when I'm eating. Like that's why I didn't eat cheese. Like once I figure out how cheese is made, all right, I don't want this decay stuff in my body. Why? Because what they did was they literally allowed the milk to spoil. They use the gut of the lamb, or the lining of the gut, the young lamb, and it's called Rene, and they use it to make the milk curdle. Likewise, you could use like lemon juice or vinegar, but they curdle the milk. Then they remove, that Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating our curds and whey. When you put that Rene, it makes the milk curdle. So they take the curdled part and then they let it sit and they separate it from the whey. And then what they decided was, whoa, we need to do something with the whey. It still has protein in it. So what they did with the whey is they dehydrate it, sell it as a supplement. Then with the curds, they literally press it and let it sit. They add like a lot of salt, so it's high sodium. They add like turmeric coloring in it and make it yellow. And then they literally put it in these barrels and let it sit for months, 6 months, years. That rotten cheese, and then it's called cheese. That rotten milk just sits there for at least 6 months to many, many years. And then when I lived in England, we would get like blue cheese. And then how is blue cheese made? they literally have worms going in, and the blue streak is literally the poop of the worm. And I used to love blue cheese, but when you think about it, and that's how, so whenever the food, start thinking, whenever the food is denatured, you don't want to be eating it because you're putting literally like you're putting toxins. And that's why a lot of, especially people of color, we're not literally, we did not originally drink milk. We did not. Like if you go to Africa and so on, that's not a part of the culture to drink milk. Because if you think of milk, milk is for the calf. So why is it for human consumption? So when we drink it, we're literally forced as children. You see the children, they puke because their body's like, no, because we don't have the enzymes in us, literally, to digest the milk. But because we're forced to eat it, eventually the body just gives in. Some people end up with eczema, lots of allergic reactions, and eventually. So start looking at every food and see what they put. And a lot of times, some of these things, they put it in the food to preserve it, like vinegar. Why do they put the vinegar in it? Because like in certain food, in the ketchup and in all that, because it will give it a longer shelf stable, because they want to raise it to the product to be very acid. So they either need to make it alkaline or acid for it to stay longer on the shelf. So they'll use like vinegar or they'll use an alkaline agent. And all it is about shelf life. So the manufacturers, so that they can make more money.
They
Like,
didn't just, wow, that's crazy. So they didn't just found a way to use wordplay to continue to lie.
Yep.
And I used to be addicted to cheese. Oh God,
I was
I
addicted.
just throw up.
Addicted to it.
Me too.
One of the hardest things, if you decide to come off cheese, there's two things that are super hard to come off: chocolate and cheese. Chocolate is very difficult. Cheese, another one. And they both have stuff in it that are addictive. Theobromine in the chocolate, and there's also a compound in the cheese that's highly addictive. So like a lot of people, when they're trying to transfer to, say, a plant-based diet, they find that the cheese is the hardest, like the last thing they can give up, because they usually want cheese on everything. And when I was little, I had bad sinusitis, bad. And all it was that I needed to come off dairy. Like literally, like if you have sinus issues, remove dairy. If you have asthma, sinus issues, remove dairy, and you'll see that the symptoms will go. And a lot of times people are not looking at labels and knowing that the ingredients are hidden. Like, do you think they're going to just put the ingredients in plain sight? They come up with different names. They'll use natural flavors. They'll use, you have to really start getting the different names that they'll put in your food on the label. And that's why it's the best thing to do is, if you see it has a long ingredients list, avoid those. Because those is mostly chemicals and addictive things. And they literally put stuff, compounds in your food to keep you addicted. So you'll buy more and keep coming back for more and more and more.
I wanted to share as well personal testimony, adding to what you're saying.
Yeah.
With milk, a lot of children, when you introduce milk to children, for a fact, they also, some children, not all, suffer with childhood diabetes 1, unfortunately. Milk, introduce milk to them, and it happens a lot. And personally, what you said as well, I must agree. I eat meat. I grew up eating meat. I'm from St. Vincent, the Caribbean. I love meat. I don't think it's anyone in the world who loved meat as much as I did. And so when it is that I did research and, did mission work, and I realized meat and cheese is one not good for me, I was basically stuck. And then I prayed and I asked God, please, I want to live this lifestyle. I have no clue. Help me to be better. And when I got off dairy, meat, cheese, which was very difficult for me as well, all of my symptoms, my postnatal drip, because I constantly had this in the back of my throat, constantly coughing, constantly blowing my nose. I have allergies every season, it was ridiculous. And one day I realized, hold on a second, I'm not doing this thing anymore. Completely gone. I haven't had a cold in years. Flu, there's nothing like it. And then my husband, he's a southerner, he realized that he's not having all these symptoms anymore. So a lot of us, us do not, are not supposed to really eat these things. Cheeses, dairy, as you rightfully say, we're highly allergic to it. So we would do so much better when we avoid it. And there's so many different alternatives. When I give birth to my son, you are my savior. You actually saved me with your website.
Oh,
It
wow.
was it was perfect because now I had different options for him. Plus, I wanted him to be gluten-free, which is a whole different, thing. And so, because he needed it, he just a whole different story, but he needed it. And your website, I can't stop bragging about it. It was a lifesaver. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Any other comments? Thank you so much.
Yes, like you, I was a cheeseaholic and a chocoholic all in one. And I used to suffer from serious migraine headaches. And a friend of mine, I used to go to the salad bar at my job, and cheese had to be on my salad. And I used to complain of these headaches, and this lady said to me, "Did you know that it's the cheese that's triggering the migraine headaches?" And the day I gave up cheese, my headaches were gone.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing. No, we're not going to take up more of your time, but this discussion we could go on and on and on. Like sometimes when I think of even how chocolate is made and how they have to allow all these animal parts in it. And they just call it parts per million of hair and rat feces. That's why a lot of people end up becoming allergic to it too, to have allergic to the food they're eating because it has so much extra stuff and and the sugar and the milk on top of that. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to stick to the time. I know last night we got into a long discussion and I want to respect your time and the fact that, rest is very important. And I thank you all for just being here and continue to share your experience in the group and the juices that you're making. And see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, same time tomorrow. And just pray for us here in North Central Florida. They keep saying that we're expecting, at first it was going to be direct, I think, hit, and now it's gone a little bit to the west. So we're praying that it keep going back out into the water somewhere, the storm / hurricane. So I'll keep you posted. I plan tomorrow as we get closer. If I see that Thursday and Friday, I'll just do a recording, my presentation as a recording, and then I'll schedule it to come out in your email. That's my plan. So I'm going to keep close to watching the weather. And based on that, then I'll just email you all with a link to the replay. I mean, to
it's a threat.
The replay
It's
here.
a threat to us in Georgia too, so I have to watch out for it. The governor has declared a state of emergency in every county in Georgia, so that they're expecting something big. So
yes, and my daughter is in Alabama, so keep her as well in your prayers. So, and they're expecting a direct hit as well now.
Just pray. Just
pray. Just pray. God is able,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pray for all of us because everybody got something going on in this.
Something going on.
That's it. Okay. Are we hanging out after or is this good night? I'm just asking.
It's up to you. So if you want to fall out, last night we spent an extra hour.
Oh God.
I am open but I just wanted to respect you all the time. So if you want to have discussion and and anyone who wants to go, your time is up for you. You can go. Feel free to go. But we did stay last night and we had a nice discussion. So what's the topic tonight? What's the topic, Sister Ruth?
I'm getting my blender, that Nana thing tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're getting your juicer?
Yes, I'm going to order it tomorrow.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, you'll never regret that.
No,
That's
I don't. I
one of
know
the
I
best
won't because
decisions.
I read up on it and I heard so many good things about it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you too. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm gonna break down and get one myself.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I've been putting it off long enough, and
Yes.
today when I was juicing, and I was just like looking at all this wet pulp, and I know that I can get more juice. And as I was telling them in the breakout room, I always end up I'm sorry, I forgot to have this on. I end up turning my taking my pulp and running it through a second time. I'm tired of that. I'm
No.
tired of that.
No, time, time, you have to think about your time, and you don't want to get frustrated. See, you want to be doing this, and I look at it as a long haul. It's not me juicing even the 5 days and then I go back to regular eating or regular lifestyle. Juicing is a part of the lifestyle. So with that, it has to be enjoyable. It has to be something I look forward to doing. Like, yes. And this makes, like, having a good juicer makes a world of a difference. Yeah.
So, and when we travel, I have a personal blender, but so would you recommend then using water or coconut water to kind of still get that juicing effect, even if you have to use a blender?
Well, with a blender, yeah, you can do water or definitely water. And then you see when you travel, then it's just, are you gonna go somewhere that has a kitchen? Like,
Yeah.
oh, good. So then, yes, you can take your blender along and then you strain. Just make sure. I would just keep juicing. Or what I do, it depends. If I'm flying, then I can't do that. But if I'm not flying, like when I'm flying, I have the Nama Compact, but I also have some mini juicers that I bought. Like I just, the smaller ones, I just go on Amazon, look for the good reviews, and I buy the ones that can fit easily in your suitcase. And I make sure where I'm going will have a kitchen. If it's within the USA, I freeze and bring my juice in a cooler. When I get to where I'm going, we just slip them in the freezer or refrigerator.
So that's what I was going to tell you. I was saying that if you're going somewhere and you don't have more than 5 hours on the plane, you can you can freeze your juice. And I did a lot of research on this because I was trying to figure out which I told Michelle about this. I researched the bottles that you can use. You can buy some, and I'm kind of like, well, we've been a little bit low on funds lately, so we've tried to come up with ways, and thank God's going to make that go away now. But what Gatorade, if you go and get Gatorade bottles and you empty them out, and because I don't like Gatorade, and I just end up pouring it out. I gave it to my son for a while, but I don't like him having it either. And then I wash them out really good. I freeze those. They don't crack. They don't do anything. They freeze beautifully. They stay frozen for a while. So if you're on a plane ride, and because I usually tell them I'm diabetic, I need you to put this in the freezer or something like that. And they do, or you can just put it in a plane, put it in there. And then you just, when you get to your destination, you stick them in the freezer, and then you have it like a week's worth of bottles of juice already frozen. Because I can't live without my green juice in the morning. So that has to go with me no matter what. Then I'm hooked on Jahote squash. So that's another one that I have to have all the time. And also Amazon makes, and I will send it to Michelle and then Michelle, because Amazon makes these beautiful freezing bags. These things are amazing. So I put all of it in a Ziploc bag that's made to be frozen. You can pack those in your suitcase and then take them out, then put them in your bottles when you get there.
Okay,
So I'll send you the link to that.
Thank you, Monique. Yes. The only thing, my concern with the Gatorade one is for women, the plastic is not good for our bodies.
That's what I was thinking.
They're hormone disruptors. So there's BPA-free ones on Amazon that you can get, but I always just go with glass. So I use the ball jars. The ball jars are with the glass bottles, and they'll work if you leave the space. But you start there, but you still have to just be careful with the plastics, because literally it messes up your hormones. Yeah, but thank you so much, Monique. And the link for the pouches, once they're BP,
Yes,
I can share those.
yes. They are BP. Those are BP, and I'll share
Okay.
them as soon as I
Okay, good.
return.
Oh, oh, good. But yeah, freezing is a like freezing because yes, you might lose a little different, but the enzymes are still there. It will still spoil. So you know, okay, you're just slowing down the process, but it's still better than even the ones on the shelf that's gonna be there for like 2 months. But you just have to plan ahead. But I've been traveling, I've been out of the country, and when I go out of the country, I just bring a mini juicer and I juice abroad. And then when I'm in the country, I freeze and bring with me. And I take it. I'm not usually gone for more than 4 days. 4 days. And when I went to Atlanta and I spent 4 days, on day 4, my juice they still had ice in them. Because I took them frozen, put them in the freezer, and then I'll just take them out the night before. So they will last.
Hey, Michelle, the meal plan that you sent, us, that was breakfast and lunch, the one that came out in the email today.
Yes. The reason why I sent that, because people might decide to go when they go back to eating on, there's 2 plans. I decide, well, someone might not be able to eat dinner, but they want to eat breakfast and then juice for the rest of the day. Or another person will be like, I rather just juice twice, breakfast, lunch, and then eat dinner with their family. So I decided, okay, you know what? Do breakfast and a second meal. You can choose between either or if you want to do 2 meals and then juice one, that will work too. A lot of, like, I have a brother and he and his wife, they've been doing that for many, 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 many years. They eat 2 meals, and the supper would be a smoothie or a juice. And they don't gain weight. They're super skinny.
But you can juice in the morning and then just eat a meal, and that's enough, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I only like 1 meal a day.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And you can do, I mean, the third, you could do another juice because it's like it's going
You
right
know
in
what?
your system.
The only reason why I'm woke is because you're doing this right now, because this is my sleep time. And so I try to do things early in the
Earlier.
day. I eat around between 1:30 and 2, and that's it.
Perfect. That's the ideal. Like 3 p.m. should be all our cutoff because that's intermittent fasting there. We don't need our body. I always go back to biblical examples. In the Bible, God always give the people 2 meals. The manna, just twice a day. And then when he fed, who he fed? The raven, Elijah?
Elijah.
Twice a day. Twice. So the examples are there that we don't really need all that food. And actually, all that food is really like if you ever check your blood pressure, or sometimes you eat a meal and you literally feel like your heart racing, just telling you that all that cooked food is just too much on the body. It's like the body is like revving up an engine, and it's time now it's going to go working hard. So we really do not need all the food that we're eating. We're eating too much excess. And cultures that eat less, you just we need to eat to live
And
and
not
not
live to eat. Yeah.
So
everything.
do we have smoothies anymore at all?
Of course. Of course. If you love your smoothies, of course. So you can do smoothie for breakfast. You can then
Yeah.
do a juice. It's up to you. You can put it right back in. It's just during, then you can do like regular detox. So when you're detoxing, smoothie will work, but it's just going to take longer.
Okay, because that's what I normally do, a
Longer.
smoothie in the
Slow.
morning,
Yeah.
and then I have a meal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. You can do that. Absolutely. Yeah. Any more?
Good. I'm on the right track.
Yes, you are. You are. You got this. Yeah. Yeah. The health journey. How are you feeling since you started all with Bobby, and you're feeling much better, ain't it?
I'm much better, much better. I love it. And I don't miss anything. All the things that I gave up, I don't miss anything because the meals are so good. And that's again how I found you, when I said, I'm going to make this, and I'm,
Oh,
and so
wow.
I found you, yeah, looking at your meals. I'm like, and that's what I would be on the internet just looking at because I love to cook. Well, I do. I do love to cook. I don't feel like doing it a lot of times, but I love good food.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like to cook as much as I used to.
Right.
Because I'm juicing so much now. Yeah. But I'll get back to it. I said I'll get back to more putting up new recipes and all. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Oh,
yeah, everything is really good. So I know I can just, I love it. I love this way of eating.
awesome. Awesome. Me too. Oh boy. Yeah. And as I'm getting older, it's like this is the way for me. And as a matter of fact, as you get older, you know you need less food, really.
Oh, yes.
So it's our body does not work like I remember when, I was young, you could literally just eat anything, gain weight, and in 2 weeks you lose it. You just go
That's right.
exercise and in 2 weeks it falls off. As you get older, it doesn't work like that anymore.
Not at all.
So we gotta just take care of things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Anyone else have
Weight
any
loss?
pardon me?
Any weight loss?
Who,
Oh,
me?
yes.
Or
So far, it's been 2 days. And
oh, like
it's, I
in
mean,
2 days?
yeah.
Should. Anyone has been checking their weight?
I
No,
don't own the scale, so I don't know.
I'm not crazy about going on the scale either.
No.
Rather have
I'll do measurements, but I don't, the numbers
me too.
just we get fixated on the number and it's just yeah.
And it can be depressing because you might
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I don't. How about yourself, Simone?
I have because when I reach a certain mark, my body feels like it's shutting down. And without telling you that I'm that weight, I mean, I could tell you when I'm that weight. My knees start to hurt. I feel it, that specific point. So I can definitely tell you I'm that weight. And beyond that, I think I'm gonna probably perish, but that weight, it always happens. So when I get to that point, I have to juice and I have to like walk. When I walk is the best for my health. So I'm 5 pounds down from that peak.
Oh, nice. So when you
Yeah.
get to a certain way, you start having the inflammation in your knees, like you're
Mhm.
gaining, you're feeling the inflammation, you're feeling it in your body,
Yes.
and okay, like that's your signal.
Yes.
You got to do
Yeah.
something now.
Yeah. And
Make
that happened because I started to eat differently. I had guests over to my house and I started to eat and I